wait for a little time. So follow me. Yeah, to the other side. Hold still to the right. Yeah, to the other side.
All right. Let's get the show started here. Special guest.
First beer? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, slow down over there, Tiger. Slow down.
Sorry.
First of all, let's start out by saying what we have to say. If you're under 21 and not of drinking age, turn off the channel now. You have to go do something else. Go to bed. Oh wait, 6 o'clock. Don't go to bed. Homework.
But it's the weekend.
So definitely go do something else right now. But anyway, what you just heard was Hebie Castro, this, off of his Bluesman on a Mission EP.
Bluesman on a Mission.
And if you guys remember, we had Hebie on one of our shows, Hazy IPA show, which was a lot of fun. That wasn't me, that was Nestle.
So anyway,
Yeah, that was a fun show. Wasn't it, Don?
yes it was. That was a little too fun.
I don't know that anyone remembers the show.
Definitely. So anyway, today we have another special guest, Richard Carrasco
Yes,
from
welcome.
Full Wave Studios.
Okay,
Welcome.
Thank you for coming.
that was a pleasure. It's I saw the episode that Hebie was on, and it's a good show. So I appreciate the invitation.
Oh, we appreciate you coming here.
I really appreciate you guys could do the local scene. You guys talk to people that are local. You guys get up like that.
Yes, it's all about supporting one another, especially in these times, because musicians, they're
Especially now.
stuck at home, they're not really getting out much, so we want to get their names out there so they can, sell some albums, sell some EPs, and get more followers when they do finally get out
Yes.
and about. So,
Of course.
and we're new here, so we're just doing what he likes to do and drink beer. So, that's all his.
That's both of us.
Yes, beer and music. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Beer and music. What more? What more could you ask for, right?
Exactly. So what we've decided to do here on a special request is we're going to start doing with reds today. Nothing but reds.
Right,
Love
but we
rice.
do gotta mention our prize. Remember, we have a giveaway that's gonna happen today. Our first big giveaway today. So you guys want to make sure you're paying attention because there will be questions at the end, and then you'll need to answer both questions correctly for the prize. It will be 4 hour studio time at Full Wave Studios. So.
So pay attention.
Make
to
sure,
the program.
yes, pay
To the
attention.
end.
You need to watch the whole hour plus, however long we go. We're gonna make you guys suffer.
Oh, hey, what's going on there?
I'm not really sure.
Is it that bass amp?
No.
Is it Wheezy?
I'm not touching
Yeah.
nothing.
Easy behave over there.
Wheezy snuck out today.
I didn't touch anything.
Sorry about the technicals.
A room full of musicians, we can't figure this out.
I know, right?
3 of them, not me.
Nobody said we were sound man. Well, you are. Anyway, so what are we starting with?
We're gonna start now, Hebie.
Darn it,
We'll
oh.
start now.
Well, let's get started. We're going to do, our first beer here is going to be from Figueroa Mountain Brewing.
Figueroa, not this one. I don't
Now
have
this
that.
one here. This is Figueroa
Oh,
Mountain
that one
Brewing.
here. So you're gonna pass that down?
There should be
I don't have one in my bucket over here.
Oh, wow.
Did you drink it already?
Ah,
You're
damn it,
sneaking
you busted
beers
me?
over there.
You already busted me on that? Come on.
I know you, Hebie.
Yeah,
I know you.
right? Jeez, man, I'm telling you. Let's see what we can get one over here.
You need one out
Is there
there?
some out there?
Yeah.
Let me see.
You have enough for this.
Pour yours through?
Here's the problem right here.
Ah,
There you go. You don't want to
oh, I do. I'm lazy right now. No, sorry.
And I always tell you guys that are watching right now, reds are not my thing, so you'll see me just taking a very small sip. I'm not going to mention anything about it because I already know how they taste, but
I love red.
I don't want to offend any brewery or anything, so
So where
I'm
is it
just
from?
having a little sip.
So, here we go. Figueroa Mountain Brewing Company is from Buellton, California. So this is actually a Danish red lager. This is a 5.5 ABV, 23 IBU.
Nice.
On Untappd, which is the rating system, you're looking at this beer is 1 to 5. It's a 3.57 out of 10,000 check-ins.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but that sounds great. As long as it tastes
So.
good.
All right.
Let's go ahead and drink up.
Salute.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Salute.
Salute.
Can you drink it at all?
Wow.
Ooh, that's nice. Smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, smooth. I like more. I'm more of a lower IBU type of person, and this is nice. Man.
What was it?
It's just like an IPA, but like a longer kind of like
So Donnie, you had a comment that your camera is not catching Hebie right now. Your Facebook camera. Yeah, all I can get is your album.
you guys have a feed.
This one or this one? Doubles up side to side.
Is it your good elbow?
This is my good elbow. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
It's my good elbow, man.
There we go.
Is that better? On the fees there, Weezy?
Take
Yeah.
a while, we're in a little delay.
Yeah, sure that's it.
Robbie Cook, what's up, dude? Robbie.
So let me know
Checking in from
Okay, sure.
Lake Tahoe.
So,
All right, got Lake Tahoe in the house.
you should be getting it real soon.
You're there.
Yeah, it was on his feed. I think I was on.
There you go. That's
There
it.
we go. Perfect.
Good
All
job.
right, we're getting things straightened out here. Don't go nowhere. Let's get started.
Yeah, definitely not go anywhere.
It's only gonna get better. Trust us.
Hopefully finish all the beers and
Yeah.
then.
So make sure you're paying attention to what we talk about between beers because that giveaway for 4 hours of studio time.
Well, before we go to the next beer, you already opening the next one? They're still drinking
It's
there.
pretty dangerous when you drink out of little glasses like
All
that.
right. Is there anything left in that one?
Alright, well, yeah.
There,
there is.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, we'll start out asking you the question. I know we asked this last time, but you have any, I know you can't really go out anymore, you have any gigs lined up?
You know, honestly, we've had a few gigs over the past 2 months, mostly private stuff. But in lieu of the band playing, I've been picking up some like DJ gigs, and I don't consider myself a DJ. I know how to fade a song into another one, but you know what? People are calling. Yeah, I can get the crowd going. I know how to work with the crowd. And I've been getting some DJ work. It's kind of cool. So I'm still doing stuff with the music and finding out that I like carrying a lot less DJ equipment than my whole setup with my drums and PA and everything. My back feels a lot better because of that. So, anyways, but no, I've been doing some DJ stuff. The band here and there. I've been doing sitting in with another band. We've been doing a couple of blues jams, hosting some jam sessions and stuff. And but other than that, band stuff is not really going on anymore. So just kind of doing what I can.
Have you done any streaming services, like streaming shows?
No, I did one. We did one. I was with another band. We did a streaming show. Actually, no. It was actually my trio, the Inland Empire All Stars, IE All Stars.
Yeah.
And we did one streaming show. We put like the Venmo thing up to make some money. I think we made like $2.
Yeah.
And
Was that half a beer?
well, yeah, but it
We
was
don't pay you
cool.
money here, we pay you in beer here.
That's
so-
right. Yeah, it was a cool time to do that. It was time to get together and jam and play, and a lot of people got to see us. They hadn't seen us in a long time. So. But other than that, you know, it's really dead up there with music, with live music and doing that. So unless you're in Orange County, because it was cool. having live bands everywhere out there, so. Anyways, yeah, that's what's going on with me as far as that.
I know Orange County's things. They actually have restaurants open and playing
Yeah,
shows.
there's some places out there that got it going on, man.
You're excited to hear.
Yeah, we're screwed over here.
We're the problem city around here.
Alright.
Okay, sorry about all that, I know you're waiting to drink that other beers.
This is the old close.
No, I got that one over here.
Alright, sorry.
That's one we just had.
No,
Yes.
it's closed. Oh,
Yes.
okay. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Our next beer is actually going to be from Taps. For most of you who are around the Orange County area, you guys do know about Taps. It's a fish house. But they also do beers, and they do excellent beers. This particular beer here is an Irish red ale. Technically, their brewery comes out of Tustin, California. It's a 5.3 ABV, so not too harsh there. There is no available IBU on it, but you will see this is really smooth. This rates a 3.58 on Untapped with 1,814 check-ins. So you're right in the middle there, but this one actually is an award winner too. So I believe it won a silver, and it's an amazing beer.
Sounds good, let's try it.
You ready?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's how that
Coffee.
So, are you guys following? Because I just tried
Not
to read
bad,
a comment,
not bad.
and the comments kind of froze.
It is having a little coffee
Yeah.
flavor to it. though.
This is one of the beers that I probably only had one.
Yeah.
After that, I'll go with that yesterday.
Yeah, the
Yes,
the
you
first one's
only have one of
definitely.
these will
Yeah.
she be. Somebody had two one time. Feeling mighty fine at the restaurant. When I warned him, only have one.
Yes.
Yeah, coffee and go.
Yeah. I'm honestly, I'm not a fan of this one.
Yep.
I'm drinking it because it's in the glass, but I'm not a fan.
That's what I'm saying. This is.
I
And we
would-
don't
I
make
would-
leftovers of beer.
No, we don't. I would not go order this at the brewery.
Alright.
Sorry, Taps.
And normally when I go to, I travel a lot for work sometimes. When I go to a bar, I'm surprised me with something. And if they were to give me this, I'll drink it. I mean, it tastes good. But it won't be more. I wouldn't do another one.
Do one.
Yeah.
The flavors are strong.
Yeah.
Too much coffee-ish.
Yeah.
Alright, so before we go to the next one, we'll go ahead and ask Richard a question. Just let everybody know what you do, a little bit about yourself.
There you go.
Where your studio is at and
Okay.
stuff.
It's in.
Well, for me, my studio is called Full Wave Studios, and it's in Eastvale, California, which is obviously like 30, 40 miles east of Los Angeles. A lot of the music scene is pretty much Los Angeles area, Orange County. But it's for right now, from my understanding, from when I do my Google search, I'm like the only studio around this area, close by. There's very, very, very few.
That's good.
So I have this little, like, small little niche here in Riverside, San Bernardino area, kind of area there. But pretty much what I do is I record live musicians. I'm a producer, musician myself too. He's seen me play a few times.
Yeah.
And I got into recording. I've always done it since I was a kid. With the little tape machines with the little cassette tapes, quarter-inch tapes. And with the 4-track Tascam 424, I don't really know those, but I started with that, and then later on, when the digital world came out, I got myself an 8-channel Tascam little like digital SD drive one, and then graduated from college, started working, got out of it for a little bit because my work used to send me off to travel a lot, and when I came back, the whole world changed. It was all about computers now. It was all like digital workstations. So little by little, I just got into it and supported some of my friends and did a little bit of recording for here for other people that I knew. And long story short, it was just like I went to this event. Actually, I went with the VP to NAM, which in 2018 I think it was. And I actually met some people at the farm, and they introduced me to music sync licensing, which is pretty much doing music for like TV ads and YouTube and commercials, this and that. And so I initially got into that little by little, got to a point where I had friends of mine who were musicians and actually booked some places, and sometimes my friends wouldn't show up or or they'll book me from the area. So I just say, you know what, screw this, I'm gonna make my own
Yeah.
studio. And that's kind of how I ended up doing. So it was all initially it was all for me, only for me. But little by little, people started noticing that I had a studio, and then I started recording them. So now it's a total 180. Now I spend the majority of my time recording other people, and the stuff that I have, like my music, I haven't really gotten to it yet. But that's pretty much what's happening right now, especially with the pandemic going on, the COVID stuff. A lot of artists are home, but there's no shows, and so I'm anticipating 2021 to be quite busy.
That would be nice. That would be nice. After this year, that would be nice. But we've got 3 musicians right here. You guys can form your own bands.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So we can be the singer.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you for sharing that information. Yes, so if you guys are out in this area, you can look them up. Say, I'm going to make that trek, to LA and so forth.
Yeah, a lot of artists that I get used to go to LA a lot, and then now they come closer. It's in I live right there in the Chino, Eastville area. So it's in the part of the suburbs. I have my own little control room, live rooms, we play live bands, and I pretty much specialize. What I try to do is specialize on live musicians. I don't do like EDM or so much hip hop or trap. I do instruments, like so I record drums, violin, accordion, trumpets, guitars, amps. So it's live music, live bands. That's my niche. Rock music.
Sounds very interesting. Sounds very interesting.
So we'd just like to do a few little shout outs here real quick. Sean Aguirre, hey Sean, how's it going? Kit Kat. We've got Matt Knight. He says, who can chug the fastest?
Me.
You guys really wants to do that with craft beer.
Get the Mickey's Big Mouth.
Carlos Garcia says, hey Richard.
I know Carlos. What's up, Carlos?
And then we've got
I gotta say what's up to Big G, Greg Bartholomew up in Sacramento. What's up, homie? How you guys doing? And Marty Gonzalez, what's up, bro?
and Steve Wilson. Good to see you, Steve. All right, let's do our third beer here. We're gonna move on to Chronic Ale from Pizza
I
Port.
like the name already.
Yeah, Pizza
So
Port.
many.
In Pizza Port, there is a Pizza Port in San Clemente. Also, their brewery technically is in Carlsbad. But anyway, this is a amber ale. This is a 4.9 ABV, 33 IBU, which is your bitterness unit. It rates a 3.55 on Untapped, with 35,000 check-ins. So
Once
This-
again, I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, what the hell that means.
Okay, so are
check
you?
it.
Yeah.
Explain,
So
explain.
you don't know what Untapped is. You know
I know what Untapped is, right?
Untapped is okay. So we're both on there. He's WSMC 592. I'm Cray Jen, only because of this one, but you know, I would follow his more than mine because, as I said last time, now I'm gonna be 3 shows behind on mine. So and then I'm gonna have to re-drink all of those to remember what they tasted like. So that'll be a good time. But it's just where you can rate that beer. You can leave comments. You can leave pictures. Sometimes I can be brutally honest on those. So
So you say check it?
yeah, it's a check-in, and then it keeps
Okay.
tallying like how many beers
I know what you mean, yeah.
you've
Okay.
checked in, and sometimes a brewery will like what you put on there.
Mm-hmm.
Your friends can see it, so you can always tag them and so forth. But it's just kind of a way to keep track of what beers you've had,
Yeah.
in case
Yeah.
something
I
sounds
get it.
interesting, and hey, have I tried this before? You can check it on there and so forth, and then you can see what the average rating is and so
Yeah,
forth.
I guess I heard something else. The check-in that makes sense. But I heard some other words. So. Well, you're all jacked up. Sorry.
Just like that coffee beer.
See, I don't know you that well, so I won't give you a hard time. So it's good.
Right on.
So anyway, let's bottoms up this one.
Bottoms up.
Interesting.
It has like this fruit flavor to it.
Yeah.
I got the
Just-
citrus. the
Yeah,
citrus.
just a tad. Yeah, just enough to make it a little bit different. But very smooth.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah, definitely very smooth. It's 33 IBU, so you're not gonna catch too much bitterness in it.
Oh, that's tasty.
Yeah. There's this candy that I eat that has that flavor. I don't know what it's called.
You get that one, I remember when.
Remember when I tasted it, I had that memory of something. I was trying to remember what it's called.
So we've got
More questions?
last time we were in. Well, you were in.
Wow.
We were in all the time.
Yeah.
So anyway,
that's not
last
all.
time you were in, what was your favorite beer?
Oh, that had to be the Fluffy Clouds.
That's the one.
Hazy IPA.
Tangerine
from-
cloud, that was
Yeah,
my pick.
and that was from Second Chance Brewing. Yeah,
Chance right here.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. So I think that that was my
that's
favorite
my
beer.
favorite.
by far.
See, I can pick good beers.
Oh, yeah.
so we recently made a trip down to Second Chance
Okay.
again,
Oh,
and we decided to get you a fresh growler
Oh, dude.
of Fluffy Cloud.
fresh growler. Look at that.
That's
A
a cool-
fresh growler. No, you can't have any.
No sharesies on
Awesome.
that, right?
Oh my God, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. This, if you had not had this beer, you're not gonna have any of this one. But go out and get some.
It's
They have
hard
an
to
El
find.
Segundo liquor. Bomb. If you're a hazy fan, this is by far the best hazy I've ever had. So make sure you get a chance to go out and get some El Segundo liquor or any other liquor store that carry craft beers. Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll open it in a little bit. But for now, it's gonna sit here and look pretty during the show. And yeah, we'll see what's up with that.
So,
Thank
well,
you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Also, we can't just give Hebie a gift.
That's true.
So right now we're right in the middle of a special clown shoes 12 days of Christmas. So I think I'm on day 8 of this clown shoes. So because we're doing that, we want Richard to do that too. So he can have his 12 days of Christmas right here. And those are all different kinds of beer. Those are IPAs, those are stouts, those are...
I haven't seen this box. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's 12 days of different beers from Clown Shoes.
And it's their very first time of putting a
Oh, so the
package
package
like
like
this
You're in day 8 right now?
I'm on day 8, yes. Yes.
So one beer a day.
I
Thank you,
had that,
man. Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
I had that
They're in one of my
stout
top.
yesterday, that sombrero, day 7.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
Mexican tap. Oh, that's like,
Yes.
that's like Odell flavor, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Is it dark beer? Dark?
Dark. Yes, dark.
Hey, nice.
Bevmo.
Come on, Richard.
See, you guys come on
Thank you guys very much.
the You're
I'll
welcome.
put you on the side for
Come on the show when we give out prizes.
Yeah, see? Jeez, man.
That's a good
All right.
Yeah, thank you. I came in a good day.
And it's your name now.
So how you guys doing on that chronic ale?
All right, it's tasty, man. I like it.
Good.
That's my second serving. So
Okay,
I left that one to Richard to fill it up again, and definitely.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Last time he was here, they did the show. They were drinking the whole beer.
Like last that's pretty good.
yeah, they got a good brewery. So.
Alright, so I'll just go ask you another question for, well, we're all
What you got?
sipping on this stuff. So, I know you currently have an EP out. Are you working on a new one?
I am. It's right now what's going on with that is I've got about 5. I think I have 5 tracks written. I'm going to be going over with my MC, my musical director. Sorry, MD. I'm saying MC, like you know. Anyway, and MD, dude, and Caesar. That's who was my MD on my last record. But we're gonna get together in a couple weeks and finish up the tracks, put some music in. I got all the lyrics written for the next like 5 songs, and we're gonna be putting some music together for that. Probably, well, like I said, in 2 weeks, I'm off for the Thanksgiving vacation, and so is he. So we're gonna get together in a couple days and work on that stuff. But I'm very happy to say that all my CDs gonna be being recorded at full wave, and Richard's gonna be producing the whole thing. So, I'm very, very proud to say
Doesn't
that.
used to be added on.
Oh, shut up, dude.
See, you fit right in here.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to ask.
Honored.
Oh, yeah, dude. Full Wave Studios and Richard's, I know he's gonna make it the bomb CD, so very happy to be going over there to do that. But yeah, I'm hoping, I'm looking to probably record 1 or 2 songs just to start, maybe release one at a time, and then somewhere maybe a few months down the road, finish everything up and release like a 5-song EP. I don't think I want to do a full CD yet. I like kind of doing the smaller increments and seeing people how they react and stuff. So my first EP did pretty well, so now I'm gonna concentrate on that. And this new CD, actually, this new EP, I don't know if you've heard the first one. It's kind of it's more of it's got a blues flavor to it, but it's more of like a I don't even know how to describe, more of a contemporary type blues feel to some of the tracks. And with this next EP, I'm gonna be going back to a little bit more traditional blues, more of I'm not talking about sit there and cry your eyes out in the beer blues, but stuff that
Better not be making us cry.
but stuff that is a lot of my lyrics are from life experiences that I've written, or one day, for example, one day I was in the donut shop on the way to work, and I heard this person and the donut lady talking about something, and I said, oh hey, I'm gonna write a song about what they're just talking about. And I went to work, and 45 minutes later I had lyrics down for a song. So it was it's just things like that happen, and
More
so
authentic.
yeah, and it's the way music should be. If people don't feel, when they hear it, they don't feel what you're talking about, then you're not touching them the right way, man. It really needs to hit home with people, and so I truly feel that these songs that I've written, there's stuff that I've lived or I've gone through, and hopefully people enjoy it. Like I said, it's going to be more of a traditional sounding blues record, and have some harmonica going on in it, and some slide guitar, and some Hammond B3 organ and stuff. So it definitely is going to be a little bit more traditional. But yeah, man, that's coming up soon, and like I said, I'm glad to be working with Richard on this project. So look forward to it, and stay tuned.
Yeah.
And what's the name of the first one, and where can they get that one? Just
The first EP is called Blues Man on a Mission, Hebie Castro, Blues Man on a Mission. You can pick that up on iTunes, Apple Music, CD, Spotify, all that stuff. Probably on the black market in Mexico somewhere. I don't know. But, yeah, somewhere. And it's 3 songs, and I think you can pick it up for like $2, $3.
one
I
beer,
don't know.
you guys, one beer, you can afford not.
Yeah. So,
One beer.
so don't get your tall can of Miller Lite. Go get my CD instead. So, but yeah, it's out there on all the markets and platforms, and so appreciate it. And another thing I want to talk about it real quick, if I can, is I haven't fully got all the information on it, but I'm gonna be working with a good friend of mine down in San Diego, and Anthony Spadaro, and their company called Hungry Genius is a company that represents artists, but also represents artists in a way to protect them as far as their music and keeping their music on the platforms where people have to pay for it. There's so many platforms out there where people could download your stuff for free, and then the artists, we don't get paid for anything, and all the work we do. And I'm not, I'm all for people having my music, however they get it, But these guys are that's their main thing, is making sure that your artists are getting paid for what they do. And so right now I'm in the middle of working things with them, where I'm going to become one of their artists, Hungry Genius down in San Diego, Anthony Spadaro. They got people like lead singer from the original War is on there. Some guy. There's major artists that they have signed to their company. So I'm gonna be working with those guys also coming up. So especially with this new CD out, I want to make sure that you know. I work hard on it. Richard works hard on it. The band members work hard, and I want to make sure that everybody, you know, gets their due out of it. You know, compensated whatever we can for that. And it's not. I'm not about the money and everything else, because if I was, I wouldn't be being a musician. But it's just something that I believe in, and something that I think should happen. Is
Battery needs to get plugged
in
in.
for what they do.
Yeah.
So anyway, so yeah, so that's what's going on with me right now. You know, appreciate it. And one more quick shout out. I already said shout out to Greg Bartholomew up in Sacramento with Love Jams on the radio, on Legal Crime Radio. He was one of the first people to play one of my tracks off my CD. That was when he was back in Washington, Maryland, and he made me a featured artist of the week on one of his shows. And big props to his show and his people out there. And I know that once this new CD out,
I went to the time and then it went to
supporting me also again. So
Awesome.
appreciate
So,
it. Greg.
yeah, if you guys can, you know, a couple bucks, support him. We gotta help each other out, especially in these times. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, of course.
and anybody, you know, if you like music, just tune in, check it out, so forth. So, we're having technical difficulties yet
We're
again.
working on things.
Over here on Instagram, so I don't know.
I don't know if you heard what I said, but I said it. So there. No, I know people on my Facebook feed probably saw it because I think I'm okay. So I got people checking in from all over.
Yeah,
No,
Facebook is fine.
One thing
Hi, Marie.
one thing I want to add to what Hebie said is that that's one of the things that I promote a lot in the studio. There's a lot of artists out there that have been abused by certain companies in certain situations, right? And a lot of times the way the normal industry works is that the person writes a song, there's a little intellectual property to that, and then if you're a publisher or a record label, usually they take us almost 100% of your publishing rights or even some of your songwriting rights, and that's stuff like that shouldn't really be happening. But that's just how the industry was, right? Because they would front all the costs of studio costs. Yeah. But one thing that I do promote at Forward Studios and the people that I help out a lot of bands get into the knowledge of like what it is to maintain your intellectual property. So for example, like there's a lot of like bands that I've known that they can't even play with another musician because their contract is nothing, right? So those are certain situations where, for example, a song that they have might get put on placement on an ad and they don't get paid because the publishing is 100% to, or the record label owns 100% of the song, and they're only getting money off
This is
shows.
giving you
and
another
records,
message.
right? So that's one thing that I teach a lot of the bands, and I'm very knowledgeable on all the royalties when it comes to it. So that's one thing that
It's still
I do.
giving you good feedback.
With TV and other band members, that's what I try to help them out with. Because for me, as a record label, all I really care about is building relationships with bands, and I'm not really necessarily taking rights from anyone. It's more of like I'm helping them out because we're local here, and I try to get bands to understand the concept of what the music industry works. And one thing that I tell everyone, I told Hebie too, is that the idea of a record label is gone. There's record labels that are out there that still are there, but every band doesn't really need a record label anymore. You just gotta find yourself a good studio producer that will produce a song for you, pay them, and you can release your own songs now.
Right.
A lot of people now have been famous. There's been a lot of musicians and artists that have been very famous just on Spotify and Amazon services, and that's because they created their own music on their own and released it, and they release every month, a song every month, and little by little it just get picked up. And all you need is one song, and once that one song gets popularity, the media and the crowd goes back to your catalog and sees what other songs you have, and all of a sudden that's how it works out. So I always encourage bands to sign record labels.
I think
Do your own stuff.
I think a big thing with Richard that what's cool with him is that he has the musician background. He's been a musician. A lot of people, you know, they go to school for music production and they come out and they start doing it without having ever experienced being a live musician, being on stage working for freaking drinks or paying to play type gigs and things like that. You know, he's been around the block and he knows what it is to be a musician. So that's why he is got the musician mentality when it comes to music production, and he's helping out the musicians and giving them the right direction to go while they're doing it. You know, that's what's awesome about him. So, you know, you guys make sure you take note. Full Wave Studios, Eastvale, California, and get you to come and see Richard, man. He will take care of you guys. So,
That
That's the
sounds
plan,
awesome.
that's the goal.
are we done over there, Donnie? Dancing with a tripod or what?
We're still trying to figure it out.
Oh, what's happening,
We're
bro?
having some issues today.
Yeah.
Tech-wise, for sure.
Well, these people are watching it on live
this
feed.
one too.
That's
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, Facebook. Because our Facebook's working.
Instagram's not.
Oh, Instagram's not working. Okay. Well, hell with IG. We're on Facebook. We're good. And you know what? So don't forget to catch this episode in about a
YouTube.
week or so.
Yeah, YouTube.
And it'll be edited and put on YouTube and on their Beers to You channel on YouTube. So.
I don't know about the editing part.
Yeah, we're not really edited so far. We didn't get hammered like
No,
fourth
we're not.
episode. I don't think we're going to.
Episode 4 was, it was a lot of fun, but we had a little bit too much fun in episode 4 with hazy IPAs.
Oh man.
So,
More fun than others.
good thing for us, these are
Those are
mostly around 4%, 5%. So, that being said, let's move on to our next one.
Well, let's do that.
Second Chance
Wanna finish this one?
Beer Company. This is Mulligan Amber Ale.
Why do you keep having beers over there that I don't have over here? I've got this one.
It's in a break.
Oh, you got Odell. Let's do Odell then.
Okay, let's do
Let's
it.
do Odell.
Ale?
Alright, Odell, let's do that. Odell Brewing Company. This is called 90 Schillings. It's an amber ale out of Fort Collins, Colorado.
Collins, I've been there.
It's a 5.3 ABV, which is your alcohol limit. It's a 27 IBU. This rates a 3.70 on Untapped out of 105,000 check-ins.
Wow.
So that's actually a very high rating for this particular beer.
What was the rating on it?
3.70 out of 5.
Okay.
Very high rating for this beer out of Colorado. So let me pour that real quick because you guys are a little bit ahead of me there real quick.
Another sweets for me.
Alright, let's do this. Ready? Bottoms up.
Salute.
Alright.
Cheers. I can do this one. That's good.
Yeah.
Nice and smooth.
Kind of similar to the first one.
The first one, yeah, not very little aftertaste.
Mhm.
I like it.
So you just
Oh. Yeah, that's tasty.
If you have any leftover, you can take something with you.
Yeah.
that is a promise.
Beers to go.
Here's the gel.
Here's tea, here's to go.
Yeah, I do. So I'm thinking we should probably do that second chance anyway because of stuff time. don't
Oh,
we?
absolutely.
But I gotta
Yeah,
get
we
one. I
can
gotta
find,
get one up here though. Hey, anybody grab me a second chance ale from the beer tub over there? So I can have one up here.
What's the can look like?
Oranges, red.
You got one. You got one.
Oh, they got one up there.
We need one more.
Oh,
Yeah.
one more.
You were slacking on your beer filling those bucket duties over there.
Thank you. And let's give it up for our audience members out there. Let's hear the audience.
Great show, great show.
We have several new audience members getting up today for their first time, so Wheezy, he just comes for the beer. He's been around before.
Roadie, professional roadie.
So anyone can come, contact you guys and come?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
As you can see, we don't have that much space, but we'll make it work.
That's good space. There's pizza.
Yes, there's pizza later, after the show, pizza.
Yeah, I can see now why this actually raised to 3.70. Very smooth, nice and easy to drink.
Picture. That's good, buddy. I haven't seen any of these cans before in the past. Well, you know, since the pandemic, you know, I've been kind of stuck at home since March, so I haven't gone out.
Well,
That's a lunch.
Speaking of what the cans look like, that's usually how I pick cans out when I go to El Cerrito Liquor.
Really? Whatever looks cool.
Pretty good.
Whatever looks cool, I'll pick it up, and if it sounds interesting, I'll end up buying it. But you know, you can buy one. You can buy one there.
Sure, sure.
Instead of
It's like wine, you don't look at the label of wine, which one's cool, you can get it.
At the box
I
one?
have one.
The box one. Wow, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty tasty. 90 shillings, huh?
90 shillings at
You're in Colorado?
Fort
Yes.
Collins. Yeah, I've been there. I think I played a club up in Fort Collins. Yeah, I did.
I've been to Boulder.
Yeah. I actually lived in Westminster, so I was in a band and there was a big club up in Fort Collins and we played it there. Yeah, definitely.
I got a story about Colorado. If you guys don't mind.
oh, go ahead.
So I went to Colorado to meet a bunch of like workers where I work, and I went to go visit this facility, and this facility had a bunch of like PhD doctorates and mathematics and physics and all that stuff, right? And then so when I met with them, they told me, hey, we're having a technical meeting later on today. If you want to go, I said, yeah, sure. Here's the address. So I went to the meeting after work. And it was a brewery. That was the technical meeting. The brewery. So there was all of the PhD doctors drinking, and I thought I had a pretty good practice drinking. And when I was drinking with them, like I got like really like a buzz. And they were drinking. They kept drinking. And for me, I wasn't used to the altitude. But I was. There was one point in my time sitting there that I thought to myself, I started getting afraid. These eggheads are going to beat me drinking. Luckily it was over. The technical meeting was over. So,
Yeah, altitude. Altitude.
I got scared for a second.
You'd be surprised at some of those people, man. They're closet drinking parties, dude. Out of the office, the freaking the coke comes off, dude. They're like, let's do
I
it.
thought it was so cool when you said technical meeting. We're on technical meeting.
I'm sure I can surprise the people.
I think you can, Jen. I'm pretty sure you
It's
can.
not right now.
Being married to this guy, I'm sure.
Yeah, I gotta keep up with it. It'll never happen. I drink my lightweight stuff, so.
Oh, yeah.
So you got
What
a
else we got going on?
you got a shout out from Monique Garnica Nicolas.
Who, me? Monique?
Monique.
Question are we going to ask?
What else you got,
Let's
Jen?
do a question.
So, well, then you need to know how to contact you, Richard. Do you go over that too, Hebie, or no?
Yeah, I'll go with my information and you can go over his.
You go first, yeah.
Yeah, well, with me, you can contact me on Instagram at Hebie Castro Music, or on Facebook I have my artist page, Hebie Castro. Twitter, HebieC. My email is drummerboy1@yahoo.com. And you know, if you want to get a hold of me, just reach out to me on one of those platforms, and I usually keep everybody abreast of what's going on one of those areas. And so, yeah, any questions or anything, let me know. Just reach out to me on one of those platforms. So, but yeah, love to hear from you guys.
And if you forget, always contact us. We'll get the information for both of them. So, and
Yeah, for me, it's if you go to Instagram, it's at Fullwave Studios. Website's www.fullwavestudios.com. Facebook, same thing, at Fullwave Studios. If you go to the website, there's actually a section where you can actually put your email address and get on the mailing list. On the website, you can actually go look at the there's a page called music, or that has like a music of like artists that sent me their demo ideas and what I created. So you can kind of see like the productions that I've done.
oh wow.
And there's also a shop, so you can go buy t-shirts.
There you go.
There you
You
go.
can go there and buy all that stuff there,
It's
right?
Clark Kent for me, you know.
That's how you can support Fullwave Studios, and hopefully I'm pretty busy right now, so I have the luxury right now to pick artists that I want to work with. So if you want to send me demos, send me demos, and I usually if I feel and see that there's potential there, then obviously I'll work with the artist on that.
Absolutely.
And if they tell you they want a technical meeting, you're in for that.
If it might lead to technical
Technical.
meeting.
Excellent, man. Right on. Heck yeah.
I'm sneaking a little drink here of our next beer.
Oh, you already opened up. Now it's time for us to say, I see you're ahead of us.
Well, we're gonna actually open up our next one. Let's just move on to our next one. We've got a few minutes left here for our Instagram feed.
Or
So
are you on Instagram anymore?
we're gonna do Second Chance Beer Company. This is Mulligan Amber Ale. They're out of San Diego, California. 5.6 ABV, 26 IBU, and this one rates a 3.63 on Untapped with 2,819 check-ins. So they're all right there, right in the 3.6. Our highest one today actually was that last one we just had was Odell Brewing, which is very good. So let's go ahead and bottoms up this one, see how this is.
Salud.
And Second Chance is one of my top 3 breweries around here.
That's good too.
That's good.
A little bit of hop.
Yeah.
What's the IBU on this one?
This one IBU is 26 IBU.
Tasty.
Which actually the last one was a little bit higher IBU,
But you
didn't catch it.
And for me, I'm not a fan of like double IPs and those like really strong beers.
Yeah.
They're too strong.
The bitterness is too much for you?
It's just one of those things where you can only drink one
You just get
hammer,
hammered.
and that's it. It fills you up too much.
Yeah, I hear you. Definitely.
Like this Danish red and this shim, yeah, you can do that. It's like 4 pints.
So out of the 5 today, I'm gonna have to give a whopping 1 to Taps.
What
They're my
Taps?
lowest. I didn't
So-
care for it.
For you, Taps is number 1 as far as technically number 5.
Right.
So your number 1 beer of the night for you was what? What do you think?
I'm gonna probably go with. I'm gonna have to probably say the schillings.
Yeah, 90 shillings.
Yeah, I'd have to.
90, and I guess we agree because the 90 shillings actually did rate the highest with everybody, who's tried it at 105,000 check-ins.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be that. I was good by that. I'd go to the store and buy it.
Yeah, definitely. Fort Collins, Colorado, apparently knows what they're doing with red because that is outstanding.
Right, and you can taste the altitude in this also.
Get you high. Get you high.
Exactly.
But for me, the Figueroa was like probably the best one, and then after that is the chili.
Yo, Hebie, you got a shout out from Eric. Hi, Pops.
Dear, what's up, mijo? My grandson saying hi.
You watching again?
Yes. He doesn't. He didn't listen, but you guys told him to go to bed.
We
You
won't
can't be
watch.
watching. Go to bed.
It's early.
That's okay, he's related to Hebie.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
Well, we already asked the question, are we ending the show?
Yeah, we've got a few more minutes left. So,
Any more questions? I know you got more questions.
What's not the questions? Less questions.
Alright, so for Richard, is it a tough business to be in?
Yes. It is.
Stressful?
No, it's not stressful. I think the biggest problem or the challenge that I see the most that I deal with is this disassociation of what a producer does and what an artist is. Like, so the biggest challenge that I get is that a lot of artists don't think or believe that a producer contributes to their music, right? But a lot of times an artist can have a song in their bedroom, in their hard drive, whatever, but it doesn't go anywhere. Like the producer, the production side of it is what makes the song out, right? And so a lot of times when an artist comes to the studio, I don't do it as much as I used to. I'll tell you why. But pretty much an artist in the past will come to the studio and have this like this ego that their thing doesn't stink, right? And then so they always look down to the production side and the engineering side of it. But that's what makes the music, right? How you record it and how the ear candy you have in the music and all the intricacies of the song is what makes the music, right? And the production side is what makes it important. And a lot of times an artist doesn't really appreciate that. So they try to like haggle you in a sense of like you have a certain rate or something and they try to haggle you down. Or they tell you things like, well, I have like 20,000 followers and you only have this much, so I should get, I'll make you, if you record my music for free, I'll make you, I'll tell everyone about you. Like, they give you these like things to like not pay you, and that's the kind of thing that's the hardest challenge part of it. That an artist can spend, say for example, 40 hours writing a song, for example, but on production side, it could be a month, right? On getting it done correctly and mixing and mastering it and all that stuff. So there is this association. So that is the biggest challenge that I encounter a lot. That the artists don't appreciate what the production side of it is. But the production, in my opinion, and maybe I'm biased, is that it's what carries the music, right? If your production sucks, it doesn't matter how good your song is. Sometimes a song is good no matter what, but you play it acoustically and it sounds great, but if you record it improperly or wrong, this is sound really good. So that's the biggest thing. And that's the biggest thing. And right now with the COVID stuff, it makes things worse too.
Yeah.
I talked to a lot of artists already, and the fact that they're not playing shows, and I think Hebie's one of them, for example, like that's encountering it, that you guys are like writing songs. So more artists are writing songs now because they're at home, and I think the music industry is getting flooded with a bunch of new music. And so once these artists find a new producer or someone that's willing to listen to their music and record it, I think there'll be a large influx of music in 2021 for sure.
If I can just kind of piggyback on what Richard said about the artist not really kind of respecting the producer and what he has to say, I'm like totally the opposite. I'm like, I'm all for letting them do what they want to do to my music. I have my song written. I know what it's supposed to sound like, but producers for the most part, they're not going to go in and say, okay, I totally need to tweak this the other way. This has to. No, they're just making adjustments to the fine tuning of what you've laid down on the track. It just needs more bass. You need a little bit more reverb on the vocal. The guitar, you need to relay down that track because these notes are not there. So when they say that stuff, I'm all for it, and I know that the musicians I hired to record my CD are all for it. None of them have egos like that where it's like, screw that. You better pay me another $100 to relay that track down. No, it ain't like that. It's these guys are professionals and they're humble. I think that's the key is being humble in this business. That's something my dad taught me. He was a musician. He told me, be humble all the time. Always remember where you come from, no matter whether you make it big or not. Always remember to come back to where you came from, and so I think that's a big part of musicianship. If you want to make it in this business, and I think it goes for anything, any kind of business that you're in. Be humble, be yourself. Don't. Once you make it, don't get an ego. I've got several friends that have made it, that we all grew up here in the Inland Empire playing in local bands and bars, and some of them have made it and they're touring the world with these bands, but yet they come home and they go back to their old house right there in Colton or whatever, and they're humble, and you can still call them and say, hey, what's up, dude? Hey, let's go have a beer, whatever, man. They're not like, technically, they're not like, well, you need to call my manager and schedule an appointment type thing. It's not like that. And that's the key to the music business is relationships, communication, staying humble, and just remembering who you are and who the people that helped you get to where you need to be. It's just like that. I had a dream I've been in the music business since I've been playing drums since I was 12. Been playing out professionally since I could get in bars, and I always had a dream to record a CD. I'm 52 years old. 2 years ago, I recorded my first CD, and it was a dream come true, and I'm thankful for the opportunity that I had to record that CD. Did I expect to get famous on it? No. But I'll tell you what, I've gotten a lot of recognition from doing that CD. A lot of people, hey man, we love your music. For example, the guy I told you about, Greg, out in the radio shop in DC and Maryland, just out of the blue, he hit me up, hey, I got your track. I want to make you our featured artist of the week. And he played my one track, and he got 2,500 emails and text messages the first time he played it. Like, who is this guy? Where's that guy from? We want to hear more and blah blah blah. And so it's things like that, man, that really make things happen. And that's how it is in the music business. You know, it just happens like that. Music just boom, one song gets out there and it blows up, and that's the way it is. So, anyways, you know.
And one thing is that it's the intellectual property. You own the music, right? Like, so for example, there's a lot of like people that I know. Even I'm one of them that I recorded a song years ago, and it's still on Spotify, still playing, making music. It's passive income in a sense, right? So you just have to like think about it that you might be, say, 20, 30 years old to record a song. It might sound like a lot of money up front to pay to record. But when you're 40 or 50, and you have kids, you can show them that. Look, I wrote the song, and I played the song. And it's the intellectual property of that song is what's important. And you own that, right? And you can pass that song out to your children as well too.
Nice. I think that's some solid advice for those up and comers, or
Absolutely.
some of them that may be out there struggling, trying to get in the music business. But I think
you gotta find a relationship, find someone that believes in you.
Exactly.
I've come across so many, especially in the blues scene, so many young cats. I mean, and there's some phenomenal players out there that are up and coming, man. But a lot of them are cocky, and they think that they're just badasses, and then there's always a guy to come along that's bigger and badder than you, and so that's why it's important just to stay humble. You just stay humble, man. Humility is a key word in any business, and always be honest and things like that. So it's just it takes you a lot farther, man, if you're like that.
And to add to that, like there's musicians and producers side. There's people who are like, I know for a fact they're like 100 times better than me, right? Production wise, right? But the point is that I do things. I have ambition and drive, I do stuff, right? There's people who are like way better than you. Guitar players, drummers are way better than people, but sometimes they quit really early, or they hit a roadblock and they're like, this sucks, and they just kind of stop. And the person that continues pushing is the one that succeeds.
There you go.
Absolutely.
awesome. Well, thank you for answering those questions.
You got it.
So are we close to ending?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Close to ending. So you guys can finish your stuff. So if you tuned in from the start, so we did mention that we do have our biggest prize giveaway yet for this episode, and that was for our studio time at Full Wave Studios in Eastvale. So you have Alright, so you have to answer two questions. You're gonna have to pay attention. You have to answer two questions. You have to get both of the questions right. We'll put everybody's name into a raffle, and then we will pick one. So make sure you DM us the answer. Don't put it on don't put it on any of the comments, because we won't see the comments once we turn it off. So DM us, Facebook, Instagram. We will have to put a new thing on Instagram since it's not working, right?
I'm not
Are we
sure.
even on Instagram?
I have no idea at this point.
So we'll put it back out, the questions back out, Facebook, Instagram. DM us, email us, but make sure you correctly answer both questions. So the questions are, what is the name of Hebie's first EP? So you could probably Google it or watch the show again. And then, where is Richard's studio located at? So make sure you guys have both correct answers. Probably do the raffle towards the end of the week, once we can get everything up and running and the questions out, Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, so pretty much whoever answers both questions
Questions.
gets a 4-hour free studio recording at Full Wave Studio.
Yes, and we
Awesome.
thank you for that. Thank you for giving me your time.
Thank you,
helping
appreciate
you
it.
guys out.
You
So
guys gave me is great, but yeah, awesome.
What are you gonna play?
I was gonna do other side. Did you want to play something different?
B-side.
is this gonna be the end, or are we coming back after this?
I doubt this.
Gotta say what's up to Big Chris Thayer. What's up, Chris?
Okay.
Chris Thayer's watching. He's the one that wrote this song that I recorded on my CD. You're gonna play right now. So.
But before you play, I do want to give a shout out to my wife.
Hey, Lucy.
You know, her, like, she's the only reason, one of the reasons why I keep doing this, because whenever I hit a roadblock or whenever I get to a certain point where, you know, you hit a wall, she's the one that says, oh, just do this.
Awesome.
Keep at it, right?
Dirty money.
And at the end of it all, like for example, right now, I'm actually building a new studio in the back of my house, like an attachment, because I'm putting all the studios just directly in my house. And so it's gonna be a whole brand new studio, and it was pretty mature idea that pushed me to go that route too. So.
You mean you're taking out the apple tree? Yeah, cool.
It doesn't even give apples. You like 5 apples.
Hey, make sure you guys catch Beers to You 2020 every 2 weeks, Katie. Saturday, every other week they do a
Yes.
show. I keep doing it in 2 weeks because that's Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes. We are gonna do it.
We have a funny show planned for that
So
day.
you're gonna come dressed as a turkey and a goat?
No
Okay,
and
cool.
we probably won't be very many craft beer stuff here in that episode. It's kind of a theme along with the weekend.
I got you.
Do you guys get like local bands come here too? You guys want to get like?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we invite any local bands to come in and sit down with us, and we'll drink some whatever beers you guys like. We always leave it up to the artist what they want to drink. You know, and today he decided he wanted to do reds. Last time it was hazy IPAs, and man, we found some great ones today for
Yeah,
sure.
sure did.
I'll give you some content. I get to come all the time.
Absolutely.
Right now I'm recording some band called The Flying Cruisers, Heel Tap, Sport Shorts. Hebie will be coming soon. So we got a few bands coming in that I'll let you know about you guys.
Perfect.
You don't have to just be a musician. You can be an artist. You can have written a book, and you want to showcase your book out here. I mean, I don't know,
absolutely.
magician, comedian. You just want to come in here. You just want to come out and hang out with
Hang out and
us.
drink some beer. It's all good.
You did jugglers? I know a few jugglers.
I will be able to juggle in here though with this, but it's all about just helping each other out, doing what we can, especially at this time, and we can give you a few more followers, and it's a win-win.
Yeah, make sure you follow Hebie and follow the full studio.
Hebie Castro, Mulligan Studios.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna end the show like we always do.
Wait, I have one more question.
One more question.
I just
Here we
have an
go.
off-the-ball question for Hebie.
Oh shoot.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is
Blue.
Dodger blue.
well,
Pantone.
I do like blue, but I'd say my favorite color is black.
Yes. Yes, black.
Black. Most of my stuff I own is black. Yeah.
So
That was it.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Hey,
All right.
that's me.
we're gonna end this show like we always do. Let's pour something. What do we got left here in any of these?
We got water.
No, I got some of this.
This one's full.
This will work.
That was that coffee.
That's ugly.
That's the ugly one.
That's Figueroa's open. You got an opener over there? Do that Figueroa there. I'm gonna pour you. Oh, she's got her own. So we're gonna finish this like we always do. Start it out. Drink good.
Drink good.
Drink plenty.
plenty.
And beers to
Beers to
you.
you. Peace.
Yeah. Fade it up.
Walking in lockstep, that's where I'm mesmerized. I can't see what's right in front of you. Being careful in the darkness, hidden from the light. I do exactly what you're done to. not true.